您认为中国风和中国艺术有什么区别？
What are you talking about?
Hi, my name is Sarah, and this is an introduction to Chinoiserie 101.
Nestled in the heart of London, the Victoria and Albert Museum is a treasure trove of art, design, and history. Among its vast collections lie remarkable artifacts that tell the story of China's profound cultural influence. From delicate porcelain and intricately embroidered silks to ornate lacquerware and ancient scrolls, these objects showcase the artistry and traditions that have shaped Chinese civilization for centuries.
Here we have porcelain figures of musicians made here in London 270 years ago. It consists of 4 musicians playing with their instruments, hoping they will leave a better legacy than the Beatles.
This is categorized as chinoiserie because it is a European reimagination of what Chinese crafts and arts look like.
The Europeans were so obsessed with China that they called it exotic, similar to what they call the dinosaurs. This mystery of China originated back in the 17th and 18th century when the West wasn't colonizing China as much. So this begs the question of, what is chinoiserie?
Chinoiserie originated from chinois, the French word for Chinese. Chinoiserie refers to the way Europeans imitated Chinese aesthetics when it came to interior design, gardening, architecture, pottery, and textiles. However, it can also refer to Japanese or other Asian aesthetics. Chinoiserie began in 17th century France, before it spread to Britain in the 18th century. This European craze with Chinese and/or Asian art came from the fact that eastern part of the world, the Orient, was seen as unconventional and exotic. Chinoiserie is more about how Europeans had to reimagine Chinese aesthetics rather than replicating authentic East Asian art. How much then does our modern society know about chinoiserie?
Is it K-drama or something?
Oh yeah, it's basically the Chinese imitating European arts and culture.
I think it's like the way Europeans were trying to imitate Chinese art. Honestly, it's impressive because of how accurate they were. Like the pagodas, dragons, oh, and the cherry blossoms too. And the fact that they moved the Great Pagoda from China to Kew Gardens. Like, wow. Also, the way they were being so inclusive of East Asian art, because, you know, Western society back then was way too exclusive.
Now, what does the expert think of this?
Here we have Dr. Nora Yitong, who's an expert on this topic.
So the first question is, what is chinoiserie? Is it just when Europeans squint at Chinese art and say, yeah, close enough?
It's a time that when Europeans find that Chinese art and goods are selling better than they do, and they want it because of the growing textiles, the better silk, the more white porcelain, and the more colorful things that they can get actually through trade. Eventually, they think that, well, should we actually invest in making something similar, and so that we can actually have a share in the market as well.
So the Europeans were insecure about their own culture.
They find that they are losing money. That's why, or they're insecure about their money, I would say. Yeah.
What were the cultural, economic, or political motives behind chinoiserie?
The Chinese artisans are producing better porcelain and better textile, so therefore they are losing market share. And of course, besides becoming the arbitrator or the trader between East and West, it will be helping them to earn a lot more by automating the production process and to make more porcelain that can sell in a cheaper price in comparison or competing with actually the Qin exports. So,
After hearing what Dr. Chu has said, what do you think the significance of Europeans imitating Chinese art is?
Well, I think they should thank the Chinese for some of those inspirations. Some of the pictures you showed me were beautiful.
I mean, in terms of cultural impact, more people started to appreciate Chinese style. But me, being Chinese and everything, I don't exactly think they replicate them well. For me, it still look oddly Western.
Chinoiserie from this footage you've shown me seems exclusive in terms of who gets access to it. Only elites get to appreciate the value of them, so it isn't necessarily broadening this fascinating Chinese culture. They're also very expensive, and I guess that also says a lot about Chinese art and aesthetics have shaped Europe's economy and industrialization. So the way I see it, I think it is more about class differences in the trade between the West and the East than it is about the cultural impact Chinese arts and crafts have had on Western society.
It is worth thinking about chinoiserie and how it's a reflection of how Europeans thought about China, even Asia at the time, and its contribution to the vast trade networks between the East and the West. What kind of face should I make? Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. You can keep going because
You can edit it out.
you can cut it out.
How it's
That's too quiet. Hold on, let's do that again. That doesn't count as a take, by the way.